Okay, joined by Donal McGovern, the Kilmacud Crokes joint manager here at Parnell Park. After a sides go-ahead Ireland Senior 1 Hurling Semi Final win over Lucan Sarsfields, 223 to 113, the final score here. Donal sees you into the final in 2 weeks' time. You must be a pretty happy man after that performance.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Really happy with the performance today, and obviously to get through a semi-final and back into a county final is something that's really satisfying for the group.
From your point of view, I guess it's probably a small bit of worry coming into the game, considering you haven't played in 4 weeks. Obviously, Lucan coming into the game having played 2 weeks ago. So I guess having a strong start was quite important today. You got that. You were quite a good few scores up after about 10 minutes. So you were 14-8 up at half time. You had a really good first quarter and a good first half. You must have been happy at half time with how the first half went. Obviously that was the kind of maybe the bed for you to go on and win the game.
Absolutely, and it's something maybe we haven't done that often in big championship matches. We haven't maybe started as quickly as we'd like, so it's something we certainly targeted going into this game. We know how good Lucan are, and we know how good they are in tight games. If you look at what they did in the group game against us and against Nafina, if they're thereabouts towards the end, they have a massive kick. So we really targeted trying to get that big start and get a bit of separation. That was, and we're glad it happened.
Must be happy as well with how clinical the guys were as well. 223 is a brilliant score to put up in a semi-final of a Senior 1 championship, so you must be happy with how the guys took their scores as well.
Absolutely, it was one of those days where they just seemed to all be going over, particularly early on. The shooting in the first half was excellent, and again, as you mentioned, those scores were the kind of the platform we had for the rest of the game to kick on, but certainly happy with the scores we took.
I guess start of the second half, Lucan probably needed to push on and get a goal. Eddie Gibbons made a big penalty save. Started the second half. That was a key moment in the game as well in terms of keeping Lucan at bay.
Yeah, we were very aware that if Lucan were able to eat into that lead early in the second half, we were in for a very tough half of hurling, and it's something we spoke about at half time. We had to make sure that we kept our standards high, and rather than trying to hold on, that we kept kicking on and trying to increase our lead. The penalty save by Eddie was something that allowed us to do that, and again, if that goes in and we don't get our goal the far side, it's a huge turning point in the game. So yeah, we're thankful that Eddie was able to save that, and then that we were able to kick on and get our goals ourselves.
Big 2 weeks ahead, another final for this group. You've been in quite a few over the past few years. Obviously, the second semi-final is just about to get underway in the next few minutes, St Vincent's against Nafina, so I'm sure you'll be keeping a close eye on that. But a big 2 weeks ahead in terms of preparing for another final. Plenty of experience in the group in that regard, but I'm sure something you're very much looking forward to.
Yeah, it's a brilliant 2 weeks. We've been fortunate enough in the last few years to have this 2 week period leading into the final a few times, and it's great that we have that experience. But it's a brilliant buzz for the lads to be going back into training Tuesday night, and again, it's something that was mentioned a lot during the week. We didn't want to be finishing up this week. We wanted to be a training Tuesday night, and thankfully are. So we're really looking forward to that prep now for the final in 2 weeks.